Most men are walking around weak, distracted, and distant from their true potential, not because they lack intelligence or opportunities, not because society is holding them back, and not because they're incapable of greatness. The painful truth is that most men are wasting the very power that could make them unstoppable. I'm talking about sexual energy, the core, the fuel, the primal fire that lives in every man, but is almost always misunderstood, misused, and misdirected. We live in a world that glorifies instant gratification, a world that encourages men to get it off rather than build it up. Open your phone right now. You're 2 taps away from watching 2 strangers have sex, 1 swipe away from another thirst trap, 1 click away from stimulation, from release, from another leak in your power source. Porn, meaningless sex, endless masturbation. It's not harmless entertainment. It's spiritual suicide. Because what you're losing in those moments isn't just semen. It's discipline, it's focus, it's clarity, it's edge. Let me be clear. This is not about shame. This is not about hating your body or your sexuality. This is about understanding the sacred truth that your sexual energy is the engine behind everything you want in life. That urge you feel, that fire in your gut, that's not just a desire to get off. That's your creative essence asking you to build, to lead, to dominate your mission. And yet, instead of learning how to channel it, we're taught to waste it. Society trains you to trade long-term legacy for short-term release. Look at the average man today. He's scrolling TikTok for hours, beating off to pixels, fantasizing about a life he'll never live while his purpose dies in silence. His confidence is low, his ambition is weak, his voice has no depth. Why? Because he's drained. He's leaking. He's living in a constant state of depletion. There's a reason your best ideas come when you're retaining. There's a reason your workouts hit harder when you're holding your seed. There's a reason you walk taller, speak clearer, and feel more alive when you're not ejaculating every other day. Now, I know what you're thinking. So what? You just want me to be celibate? I want you to be conscious. I want you to understand the truth behind what David Dada calls sexual transmutation, the ability to take your sexual desire and turn it into divine purpose. When you feel that urge rise, you have 2 options. Let it control you or control it. That's the difference between the average man and the man of legacy. The average man chases stimulation. The man of legacy redirects the current into something greater. Let me give you an example. Think about Mike Tyson in his prime. That man was celibate during training camp. No sex, no distractions, just hunger, focus, fire. He knew that keeping that energy inside gave him an edge, that he became more aggressive, more alert, more animalistic. Now contrast that with the guy who can't go a day without jerking off. He's jittery, he's weak, he's always tired, foggy, easily swayed. That's not a coincidence. That's biology, that's spirit, that's reality. Or think about Napoleon Hill. In his book Think and Grow Rich, he talks about sexual energy as one of the keys to wealth. The most successful men in history knew how to harness their sexual energy. Not suppress it, not deny it, but channel it. They turned their lust into leadership, their desire into dominance, their temptation into transformation. Now let's bring this into modern-day society. You're a young man trying to build a business. You say you want financial freedom, you want respect, you want to be in shape, you want women to admire you, but every night you're on OnlyFans. Every day you're fantasizing about women who wouldn't even talk to you in real life. You keep saying, "I'll get focused tomorrow," but every release weakens your fire. Every scroll kills your attention span. You wonder why you can't finish a course, follow a diet, or stay locked into your goals. It's because you're already releasing the energy meant to power your elevation. Sexual energy is life force. It's the battery. And when it's full, you're dangerous. You're unshakable. You're driven. But when it's leaking, you become passive. You hesitate. You procrastinate. You doubt yourself. It's like trying to start a fire with wet wood. You might spark for a second, but you'll never sustain the burn. So how do you begin to reclaim your power? You start by being intentional. Start with a 30-day retention challenge, not as punishment, but as preparation. Watch how your thoughts get clearer. Watch how women start to notice you, not because of how you look, but because of the energy you hold. Your aura gets heavier. Your voice deepens. Your presence thickens. Women can feel when a man is full and when he's empty. They are biologically drawn to fullness. Next, move your energy. When you feel horny, get creative. Go to the gym, make content, work on your brand. Sit down and build the thing that's been sitting on your heart. You will realize that the same energy that wants to explode in a moment of lust can be used to build an empire. That's the true path of masculine alchemy, taking the raw and turning it refined. And if you're in a relationship, make love consciously. Breathe with your partner. Stay present. Don't just chase the orgasm. Chase connection. Let it become a spiritual act, not just a physical one. That's how you grow together, not just get off together. We have to unlearn everything society has taught us about sex. It's not just about pleasure. It's about power. And if you keep trading your power for pleasure, you will never rise to your potential. We are not here to be average. We are here to move in silence, but strike with precision. To look calm on the outside, but carry fire on the inside. And that fire, that raw, primal energy, starts with how you manage your sexual energy. You were not created to be a slave to your urges. You were created to build, to protect, to provide, to stand tall in your masculine essence. The man who masters his lust becomes magnetic. He no longer needs to chase women. They feel his energy and lean in. He no longer needs to beg for opportunity. It aligns with his presence. But you can't do that if you keep leaking. You can't build a kingdom with an empty tank. It's time to plug the holes, sharpen your vision, and walk like the man you were born to be. Let's stop sugarcoating it. Most men are weak. Not because they were born that way, not because society won't let them win, and not because women have too much power. Most men are weak because they give away their power every single day through bad habits, weak discipline, and uncontrolled lust. The truth that nobody wants to say out loud is this: your sexual energy is the core of your masculine power. And if you're like most guys today, you've been trained to waste it. You've been programmed to throw it away for a few seconds of pleasure, instead of using it to build a life worth living. You want to know why you feel tired all the time? Why your mind is foggy? Why you can't stay focused? Why you feel like you're stuck in the same place year after year? It's because you've never been taught the truth about what's draining you. It's not just your job. It's not your girl. It's not stress. It's leakage. Every time you jack off to porn, chase meaningless hookups, or bust with no purpose, you're draining the battery that powers your ambition. You're draining your masculine edge, your clarity, your hunger. You're training yourself to seek relief instead of results. Let's talk a lot about the burden of performance. As a man, you are judged entirely by your output. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody cares how you feel. You get what you earn. You become what you build. And if you don't have the energy to build, you lose. That's it. It's black and white. And what powers that ability to perform is your internal masculine energy, your sexual energy. Think of it like a reservoir. The more you retain it, protect it, and redirect it, the more focused, dangerous, and valuable you become. But every time you waste it for cheap dopamine, you dull your edge. You trade empire building for ejaculation. Look around. Men today are soft, passive, and addicted to comfort. They can't go a day without checking Instagram models or watching porn. They spend hours looking at women they'll never touch, chasing attention they'll never earn. Then they wonder why women don't respect them, why they're broke, why they have no drive. You can't be both stimulated and successful. You have to choose. Every successful man I know, in business, in fitness, in legacy, has learned to control his impulses. He doesn't chase women. He builds himself until women chase him. That's the game. That's sexual transmutation. Let me give you a real-world example. You've got two guys, both 27 years old. Both work 9-to-5 jobs. One of them wakes up, scrolls TikTok, sees a few baddies, starts his day by busting a nut to his favorite cam girl. He gets that dopamine hit and feels relaxed. But now he's low energy. His testosterone drops. His brain fog creeps in. He goes to work drained, comes home, plays video games, maybe does it again. This is most men. They're not bad guys. They're just undisciplined. Now the other guy, he wakes up and feels that same sexual urge. But instead of busting, he channels it into a cold shower, then the gym, then work, then side hustle. He doesn't try to release the energy. He uses it as fuel. After 30, 60, 90 days, one man has discipline, drive, a body that turns heads, and a brand bringing in income. The other has lotion on his nightstand and a laptop full of tabs he can't close without shame. This isn't spiritual fluff. This is biological and strategic. Your sexual energy is creative force, and that force can be redirected into anything you want. Business, fitness, leadership, legacy. But it has to be cultivated. You have to earn the benefits of retention by not being a slave to your genitals. Think about how you feel the day after you hold your seed versus the day after you waste it. After holding it for a few days, your eyes are sharper. You feel more decisive. Women look at you differently. You're walking taller. Why? Because they can feel that you're full. You're not desperate. You're grounded. You're in control of your biology, not being tossed around by it like a little boy. That's what makes a man attractive in the real world. Not cologne, not cars, not corny pickup lines. Control. Masculine control over your time, your focus, and your sexual fire. And the modern world is designed to make sure you never get that control. Algorithms are built to keep you horny, unfocused, and chasing validation. The food you eat is killing your testosterone. The shows you watch normalize weak men. Your friends tell you it's healthy to get off every day. And the entire time, your potential is dying inside you, untouched, unexplored, and forgotten. Becoming Indisceptor will remove your blinders you can't seem to take off. Subscribe to the channel like you subscribe to those OnlyFans models. If you're serious about becoming the man you're meant to be, it starts with this. Stop wasting your seed. Stop giving it away to people and platforms that offer you nothing in return. Practice discipline. Go 30 days, then 60, then 90. Track your energy. Track your output. Watch how your workouts improve. Watch how your focus sharpens. Watch how your money goes up. Retention isn't a magic trick. It's just removing the leaks in your system so the power that's already in you can finally be used properly. And let me make something clear. This isn't about hating sex. Sex is incredible. It's natural. But it has to be earned. It has to be strategic. You can't build a legacy if your whole life revolves around chasing tail. That's for high school. If you're a man with vision, you have to be ruthless about how you use your time and energy. You want high-quality women. Become a high-quality man. Master your body. Build your income. Develop your brand. Create a life that is so powerful, so disciplined, so structured, that sex becomes an enhancement, not an escape. And that's the philosophy of Indisceptor. Stealth power. Legacy over lust. Calm strength. We don't need to scream to be felt. We move in silence, but everything we touch grows. We are building lives that our future sons will thank us for. We don't waste our seed on strangers. We invest it in our purpose. That's what separates the few from the many. So ask yourself right now, are you leaking or are you leading? Are you addicted to release or addicted to results? Are you building something worth remembering or are you just chasing another cheap high? Because when your last day comes, nobody will care how many times you came. But they will care what you created, what you led, what you left behind. Don't waste your power. Build your legacy. Thus remember, we are Indisceptor. Becoming Indisceptor is the code they never wanted you to learn. A psychological war map for men, forbidden teachings fused with modern strategy for influence, dominance, and self-mastery. If you want peace, prepare for war.